What is going on, everybody? I have a cool video for all my new traders out there, and probably a great refresher for all my pro traders out there. Today, we're going to talk about good old-fashioned support and resistance lines, and how you can use them to identify entries and exits on any stock you want to take. So, what is a support and resistance line? Well, support and resistance lines are actual price points where the stock tends to pivot on a long-term chart. What I mean by that is, you'll see stock reach a certain price level with, say, $25. Then all of a sudden it will bounce up and then go up to $30. Then it'll kind of retrace a little bit and probably go back to that $25 mark before continuing upward. So I know I'm doing a lot of talking right now, but how about I show you exactly what I'm talking about and how you can use this to find out when's the best time to get in and get out of any trade. So the first thing I want to do is when I log on to TradeUI, if you want to follow along, click that link in the description below. You can go over to flow setups. So flow setups kind of shows you when stocks are kind of squeezing, basically they're bouncing between a certain small little tight price range. It'll show you consolidation patterns, and it'll show you when they're starting to break out. So I want to look for something that's in a consolidation pattern. So what I'm going to do is set my rows to about 100 rows so I can see all what's coming up. And I just want to see if I can find something that's actually consolidating. So I'm going to roll through here real quick. Let's see. I see a lot of weekly squeezes, a lot of breakouts. However, I want to look for this lightning consolidation. So I'll remember MPLX. Let's see, what else do we have here? That's the only one I'm seeing on that page. So let's go to the next one. Let's see here. Just kind of scrolling through, see if I can find anything great. All right, let me try one more. All right, so we have ROP, and looks like PG looks like going too. So let's look at ROP and let's look at PG, and let's see what happens on the chart. So first, I already have MLPX here, and it's just not the best situation, and I'll show you here in a second. I'll utilize PG. Okay, so PG looks pretty solid here. So what I mean by support and resistance lines is where the price tends to pivot around before it goes the other direction. So what happens here is you'll see price kind of hang around this level right here, then all of a sudden it goes down, then it'll come back up, he'll go back this level again, kind of goes down again, come up here, it goes down again, gets a little bit higher, but still continues down. So that is a good example of a resistance line, and how you can realize that if the stock is ever under this line, it's a good time to buy the stock. So let's go up to where we're at today in the market and draw a support and resistance line where I can show you exactly what we're talking about. So support lines are exact opposite of the resistance line, right? So we're going to go ahead and draw one right here. As you can see, the stock's touched once, twice, 3 times right here. That verifies that this range is a good support line. And I'll just kind of draw it out. It looks like a little better for you. All right, so you can see that this was a great entry level around the 135 mark to get into PG. So a cool thing about support and resistance lines, on the top side you can actually draw here. You see where it touched one. See this old support line where it touched 1, 2, 3, 4 times. That finally broke down through. Well, we can actually utilize this old support line as a new resistance line. So what I mean by that, imagine it's almost like a stair step, right? Stocks want to move in a stair step pattern, whether it's up or down. Well, old resistance lines or old support lines actually become new resistance lines whenever the stock breaks through, and vice versa. When the stock actually breaks up, old resistance lines become new support lines, and those are your new entry points. So in this example right here, we actually have a great setup to where PG is close to $135. Actually, really more like 136, maybe 137 is a great support line, aka entry point. And now you can actually target all the way up to 150, which would be a great resistance mark, aka exit point, for this particular trade. So what I mean by that is if you're selling short puts, remember in the other videos, we want to collect that time decay, you could buy this 136 to 137 put, or I'm sorry, you could sell that 137 put spread, and you could see the stock actually go towards 150 before it breaks under 135 during that time frame. You can collect some nice time decay on that position. Or if you just trade stocks themselves, you know that if you can buy something under $150 on PG, you have a good deal because you see the price is probably going to go back up to $150 before it breaks down below 135. So let's use that other example we had, which was ROP. ROP. Okay, so ROP is a little bit different. It's a little tighter right here, okay? So we see a strong support line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It hit this 14, 18 area 6 times. So that tells us that has a very strong level to buy the stock at. So draw that line for us right here. Let's see. There we go. So as you see, this is a very strong support line that we have on ROP. And now you're thinking, well, you're in a really tight channel right here because you see a resistance line of, technically it's all the way back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's touched right here. But what does that tell us, guys? That just gives us more conviction that you could see the stock come up to $443 before it breaks 420 because it's held this line so tight that now that's a very conservative target. And guys, in the options world, a $10 move can be a tremendous return depending on the setup that you have. So just because there's a small spread right here to get in and get out doesn't mean you still can't make money on that. Remember, if we're selling puts, we're selling time, right? The most valuable asset anyone has. So if you sell a put spread right here, you know that that's going to be a good profit, and you can take your profit early if it hits 440. So that's a good example of it doesn't matter how tight the channel is, as long as you know where an entry and exit point are, you can utilize that in your strategy to have more wins under your belt. But guys, I know this is a quick video, but I just wanted to really go over the importance of how powerful support and resistance line are as a trader and show you just how everybody uses these lines. And the big thing I want you to remember at the end of this, resistance levels become new support levels when those stocks break through. When the stock breaks under, new support lines, old support lines become the new resistance lines. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We have several other videos in our YouTube channel. Go ahead, give it a like if you like this video. Give some comments. Give us some feedback on what kind of content you'd like to see. That way we know exactly what to bring to you, the viewer. Because at the end of the day, we just want to bring you valuable information and show you powerful tools that can give yourself a trading edge. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. You have a good one.